Welcome to Climbing Clouds. I'm going to get right into a reading. Thank you for liking and subscribing. If you take the time to like Climbing Clouds, this will put you in to win this resin and flower moon for the month of February. This will be, I'm going to pick somebody and I'm going to send this to you as a surprise. So anybody that's involved on my channel, standing out, liking and commenting, or liking and sharing, subscribing, those are ways that you can be a part of the free gifting. I will be gifting through this channel. I have an Etsy shop that is all based around flower and resin work, so I'll put the link on my videos. And if you are a subscriber to Climbing Clouds, thank you so much for your energy. This channel is all about the embodiment of support. If you are creatively evolving and you just want that extra support amidst the daily humdrum of living, then this is the channel for you. And you can be a creative in whatever it is that you're doing. It takes energy to be creative. It takes the time to follow your passions and to put your energy into what you care about. And often we kind of feel alone on that pathway. It can be very isolating to be following what it is that you're truly creative and passionate about. So that is why I created this channel. So you can tap in and hopefully get inspiration to keep evolving further. All right, so we're going to get right into a reading. I've got this rose quartz here that I'm using in this reading. I use a lot of rose quartz, and I work with a lot of different flowers, but especially roses. So I am drawing from the Rosebud Tarot tonight. We're going to start off with a little rosebud energy here. You might be just starting to bud an idea or bloom into something that you're starting, that maybe feels like it's in a bud state right now. I've got a lovely bouquet that I will picture on today's reading, but it does not have roses in it. It's Valentine mums and Amazon flowers, with just a feeling of, I'm using a lot of these flowers that'll be in this picture and the pieces that'll be the next batch that I'm putting together. So stay tuned for that on the Etsy. It's going to have a lot of Victorian and Art Nouveau inspired Cupid and moon piece pendants with flowers and resin, and some local tumbled Idaho stones and Oregon coast glass, sea glass pieces that I had brought back from the coast. So some other raw materials. All right, these are coming out right away. Emerging, yeah. So I was saying budding, and this is you emerging from maybe your shell, or maybe you've been in hermit mode for a long time, but you're emerging into public. You're emerging onto the scene. You're emerging as a butterfly. This shows a community of people gathering that are butterflies, learning all about your butterfly wings and seeing how you flutter about. Maybe you feel like suddenly you're a social butterfly, or that you just are coming out of a time where maybe you have just felt really dormant, and now you are not feeling that way. You're spreading your wings, as they say, and coming out of your shell. Okay, you're trusting your instincts because here you are, the Two of Air. So in your mind, you might be really seeing pictures of what's unfolding for you, and pay attention to that, because you're manifesting. And your imagination has a big part of direction and navigation in that pathway, or in what you're doing. That's how you navigate and manifest. So what you're thinking about, you're bringing about. And this involves a level of trusting your inner sight, not just what's around you and in the sensory environment. And it's trusting your instincts and having hunches. And maybe you just have a feeling to go somewhere someday that you didn't even plan on going that day. And you follow that instinct, and then you just kind of, things unravel and come together in a way that you wouldn't have expected, because you're trusting your insight, not the outer sight. You're being asked to trust your intuition further than what you are currently doing. Like, this is going to be kind of challenged right now in a good way, where you'll see, and just as I said that, then this card is the Six of Fire, which has a sense of you're going to be victorious because of trusting your instincts. And it's very instinctual, and I see this linked together in a very creative, dynamic flow that you're learning to trust in your own life. And it's how you are tapping into your gifts, but also to the cues that you get from within you, as well as around you. And it's how it orchestrates itself together into kind of a landscape that you're a part of. So once you start to really connect with that, that's when all the magic happens. It's pretty cool. It's kind of like what people consider synchronicity to be. I think that you're really connecting with your synchronicity. And then this is the Nine of Pentacles. This is being able to take care of yourself. And as I was explaining, with the Nine of Pentacles, you are manifesting opportunities that tap you into your sense of abundance and how you can draw the resources that you need from what it is that you're connecting with. And, being able to follow your own compass is so important in doing that, because you might not have a notion of that on the logical level. It might be highly summoned within your own life through the more emotional and intuitive side, is kind of how you stumble across the right opportunities. A lot of times they're not something that you are going to see ahead of time. They kind of just fall into your flow, and trusting that flow is really important. So if you need to, maybe go in and meditate. Let's see what's coming out, speaking to me. Okay, and then this also has to do with your love life too, and your sense of union with the masculine and feminine coming together, having a balance with that, and trusting that flow in whatever you're doing within your life, in your current situation, with whatever relationships you're building. There's a sense of a yin yang, like a give and take, and a masculine feminine flow that you're also being asked to trust. Okay, well, what else wants to come out in this reading? I've got the Seven of Air and the Ten of Air. There's something very strategic in the Seven of Fire. So you might have people around you that might be strategizing against you. And then you also have a sense of strategy about standing your ground. And this can be a tension that can actually create a really nice, I see it as, when you tune a guitar string and it creates like a tone because you've tightened it, and that's what it's doing. You're toning up, you're tightening up in a way that helps you to reverberate louder. Sometimes we need people against us to bring out the best in us, and you can't really necessarily create that tension sometimes in the naturalistic sense. So it's almost like utilizing it's like a martial arts perspective, where you're taking any energy that's coming at you or aggressing, anything aggressive toward you, anything that is opposing your natural flow. If you learn how to bend with it, or reflect it back, or bend into it, I don't know how to say this into words, but you're getting your ninja skills, I would say, in your manifestation energy, in the power of being true to you. In order to bend with that, sometimes you're going to find that you're going to self-tune even more so with that extra pressure around you. It's like when you're in a new environment and you're just suddenly forced to use more of your senses than you ever used before. Like when you're traveling, you are more alert for that reason. That's why people like to travel. They're more awake because they're in more of a survival mode, in a way that they're not used to being in everyday environment that they're used to. Their senses become dull. You see the same things a lot. You know, that's why it's good to change your environment and to challenge yourself, because you're keeping yourself tuned up and also sharper. And this is coming through on the mental level for you, even from people that might be opposing you. You are drawing strength from this. So good on you, as they say. And this one is I think you're really kind of taking time to smell the roses and water your garden and to flow with everything. I keep getting a water energy coming through. So you might be a water sign, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. You might be pulling in an abundance of emotional support that you're not used to having because of this sense of purpose that you are emerging. It's going to bring out people in your tribe out of the woodwork, because suddenly so as you emerge, that emerges. What you do on the inside is so on the outside, is how I'm trying to say that. Let's draw some more cards on it so that I can, so you have the Tower reversed, the velocity of water again. This is so interesting.